Alright, ladies and gentlemen, update 48 is here. Bringing all sorts. Some good, some not so good. Anyway, bring the ultimate spike and explosion factory to battle with the Spike Factory Paragon. Beautiful, we love that. Relax, unwind, or be unwound with the new beginner map Spa Pits. A little secret on that map that I'll show you in a bit. Channel the power of She-Ra with a premium Adora skin and Sword of She-Ra power, which also means ass. I'm sorry, Ninja Kiwi. I really want to support you on this, but no. New XP shop and challenging curses for Rogue Legends. We'll probably be focusing on that in this video. Plus new quests, balance changes, quality of life improvements, trophy store cosmetics, etc. Right. Let's get into it now. Of course, I haven't just opened up the game, so I needed to open the patches from the settings. I don't know why I feel the need to justify myself, but I do. Anyway, if you want to spend $20 Australian, convert it into your own currency to find out the equivalent, to get the She-Ra Princess of Power sponsorship and skin, then feel free. However, I'm not going to, because fuck that shit. Anyway, that's that segment done. I always like to check if there's new monkey knowledge, but hardly ever is. Anyway, apparently there's new things here. She-Ra to the rescue, Scoop is gone, who can save him? I don't know what these are. So maybe I'll have a look. All I found is his satchel, its contents strewn across the ground. Last I heard, sniffing around Adora's temple, the balloons must have taken him. Can you have a look around the temple? Blah, 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 blah. What is this? That's the only thing I want to know. I don't actually want to play this. I just want to know what these are. I don't care enough to actually find out, though. I do care enough to play a little test run of Spa Pits, though. So, let's go with Adora in arguably a cooler skin. Big fan of She-Ra. Well, not a big fan, but I did watch the She-Ra animated series, and it was pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty funny too. Has the voice actor for Sokka from Avatar playing one of the characters. Now, I don't quite remember how to do this, but this is Spa Pits, so if we just play it straight away, you may notice that there is a lot of pre-game prep spikes around the map. That's important to remember. But as you can see, it's a very nice and peaceful map. Balloons just travel around and get their ass popped by all these pre-game prep spikes, which are just hanging out for no particular reason. Now, for those who were a fan of BTD5, you may remember and have some serious PTSD from a previous map. Now, I think this is how you do it. Did I do it wrong? Maybe I did it wrong. That's not activatable. No. Where does it need to start? Do you have to do it while a round is starting? The heck? Oh, there we go. Make map heaps harder. Right, so just fuck around with all the rocks in the area until you eventually click on this one. And it says make map heaps harder. You click the tick, and suddenly the map changes. physically. It just changes physically. You know? Who says anything about it changing in any other aspect? Well, it happens to do that as well. So we also have a map played as we were just playing it before. But now, you'll notice wounds are all of a sudden coming out of 5 different entry points. Yep. So, fun fact, Spa Pits turns into the iconic BTD5 map Tar Pits if you fuck around with these rocks enough. Which I think is amazing, because the subreddit has been going crazy with this, and for very good reason. Apparently, currently, this map on Chimps is proposed to be unbeatable. This map specifically, not Spa Pits that we had before. The transformed version Tar Pits. It's supposedly, at this point in time, not beatable on Chimps mode. Which is very exciting to me. Because I love a good impossible challenge. Like, I have my limits. Like, for example, there's a game I own called Creeper World Arc Eternal. And that game itself actually has levels in it that are impossible to beat. Like, 100% impossible to beat. Without cheating or hacking. Now, why are those levels in the game in the first place? I'm not entirely sure. Do they offer an amazing challenge? Yes, they do. A challenge so fucking amazing, in fact, that it's not actually doable. But I do appreciate the concept of this is currently impossible, but perhaps in the future might be possible. Now, as for the game I mentioned earlier, Creeper World Arc Eternal 3, if you're interested, it's a great little strategy game, would highly recommend it. If you're new to the series, play Creeper World Anniversary Edition first. That'll get you used to the general idea and concept of the game before you dive into the much bigger realm of Arc Eternal. Anyway, forget about all that. Bottom line is, I like the idea of impossible scenarios, but I don't like the idea of impossible victories. You know? And this seems like an impossible scenario because it's one game mode that can't be beaten, supposedly, and legitimately. But this game is currently very much up to date and being serviced quite regularly, which means future updates and whatnot, maybe it could be beatable. Maybe at some point it will be beatable. Who is to say? Not I. Right, we do this. I really hope we can, otherwise I'm gonna make a fool of myself. Looks like I've made a fool of myself. Oh boy. Luckily we still had some pre-game prep spikes left. Okay. That should hopefully cover us for long enough. But yes, this seems to be the new challenge that subreddits are all exploding about. I'm sure there'll be a ton of people that just absolutely love to give this a shot. But technically, as far as I'm aware, technically if you beat Spa Pits on Chimps, you have also technically beaten Tar Pits on Chimps, because they're one in the same map. You know, ordinarily, this would be a separate map, but because it happened because of a change in the map by clicking on it, technically it still counts as the original map. So anyone that has done Chimps on Spa Pits, technically they will have the medal for Spa Pits, which in theory is also Tar Pits. But you still gotta upload proof that you did it on Tar Pits. You cheapskate fucks. No lying to the general public. Or the public in general. What am I talking about? Utter fucking garbage. Anyway, proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is a video. That's all you need to know. I hope the mob comes in from here. I mean, Adora's ability will be useful regardless of where it comes from, but I just hope that it comes from here. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Thank you. And there you go. So that has been Spa Pits and or Tar Pits. Now, we're gonna dive into the Legends gameplay. Because I believe I'm already in a run. Which is a little bit awkward because, you know, I think I'm doing quite well. But we'll see. Oh, that was interesting. A little Moab pop. Oh, this is a lovely little update already. Oh my god, some extra colors. Wow. I'm genuinely really happy with this. Huh. A little special tile there. Right, and I'm fighting Balloon Boy. Stage 2 of 4? What happened to my 5th stage? Whatever. Right, have I done this? Apparently not. But to be honest, I don't like that map. Fuck you. That's right, you heard me. More lead balloons and DDTs? Excuse me, buddy. It's rounds 9 to 14 or 16. Where would DDTs fit into it? They better not. DDTs fit into this, I'm fucked. Anyway, my general strategy for these Rogue Legends gameplay thing now is I've not actually won a Rogue Legends game yet, so I'm kind of keen on doing that, which is why my main strategy as of late has been just gun it with druids. And to be honest, it's a pretty decent strategy. It's gotten me this far. And every time that I lose sort of prematurely, I essentially just do my best to extract a new relic that'll help me whoop ass in future runs. Come on. There it is. Right. So yeah, for those wondering, the key point of this RPG is oh, it does pause the game again. Cube boosts. Wow, okay, that's new, that's different. But the key point of my strategy at the moment is growing steady. Druids attack 17% slower, but every round Druid damage is increased by 0.2, even Druids placed later. That is all my strategy is based upon at this moment. Let's go with that. Because it essentially means that Druid damage scales as the rounds progress. So, Druids are dope as fuck. Are these DDTs? I can see them being DDTs on maybe the final stage. I don't know, it still seems like a pretty dick move to put DDTs on round 13, 12, whatever. Anyway, I just want to see if we get any sort of shop XP or rewards for completing casual rounds. Seems like at least for now that we don't. I guess I've been extremely fortunate in my... Keep boosting. That's new. But yes, I've been extremely fortunate to so far get a shitload of druids on my team. This one is actually a really important one because I need a blank one just in case I need a middle path. Because this guy can't go middle path, this guy can't go middle path, and this guy certainly can't go middle path. So I need to have a a flex roll. Okay, we got 5 marshmallows. Fucking adorable. Right. Can I enhance anything? Nothing useful. Mentor something. Yeah, I guess I could do that again. I like it. Oh wow, you get an XP for chilling at a campfire. Cool, cool. Do I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 encounters before the final boss? Or do I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I think I want 6. I think I've mentioned this before, but it really feels like we're being incentivized to... Oh. I like that. First class support precision common. Support monkeys deal 16% more damage and have 10% reduced shot spread. Interesting. So we can now get the temporary boosts as permanent class buffs. That's cool. I don't really want any of these, but I guess I'll get a cave monkey. Thanks. But yeah, I feel like I am heavily incentivized to avoid as many balloon encounters as possible. I'm not sure how everyone else is feeling about it, but that's the bottom line for me. Avoid interaction. It's like it's the same thing as being an antisocial person. Just avoid interaction. All is good. Alright, cool. So now I have a permanent cave monkey buddy. It would be kind of nice if it was more useful than it actually is. At least, maybe in Rogue Legends. But, yeah, I'll take it over the other 2 options I have at least. I do not need a heli pilot, and I do not need support towers, as you can tell. Go. Part 2 in. Nope. And nope. And on. Come on. There we go. It's just so nice to be able to place a pop bus straight away. You just don't understand how good it feels to just go from no druids having a buff to a druid immediately having a buff rather than having to purchase all the way up to it. It's just so satisfying. Alright. Good, good. Yes. That's the one. And yes. Cool. Let's go for another one of you, but I think it's really... I think damage scaling is starting to climb effectively. So I think we'll be alright. I was working on going for like a monkey ace situation where I could place that for damage as well. Simply because of that one boss balloon that screws you over if you only have one form of damage. But I'm not exactly encountering that right now, so. More purples and faster balloons. Balloon health is reduced. Okay. Is that an actual modifier that's happening? Oh, it is! That is nice. I am very glad I can actually see that. Okay, so they're a bit chunkier, and they're a bit faster. And it said more purples. That feels targeted. I'm not sure I'm on board with that.
know what? I'll deal with it. I'm a grown-up. So, I don't know. I don't feel like a grown-up. I feel like a child with money. But, yes, I am what you would call a grown-up. Or an adult, rather. Isn't it sad how adults are called grown-ups? Literally just because they have grown up. Like, I don't know if I'm an idiot, but I only just made that connection like 20 seconds ago. That's just really sad, you know? I mean, I guess science is known for naming things either stupid names that don't make sense whatsoever, or names that are just the actual description of the thing. But, yeah, I don't know, somehow it's just really sad that grown-ups are just grown-up children. You know, they've grown up. They're not children anymore. What do we call them? Grown-ups. I don't know. Seems a little lacking, if you ask me, but whatever. I'm not the professor of words. I don't need to worry. Anyway, this is why my strategy works so well, because I place Open and then I place Druids and then I win. Because they all love each other. Power of friendship and plot armor carries me through. If one day that doesn't work, then nothing in the world will ever feel right. Go. And yeah, those brambles are getting to the point where they will just destroy you. Is that a thrive? Sorry, I didn't actually click on that. Is that a thrive that I could buy? So I could purchase potentially getting more money? That's intriguing. And potentially a guaranteed pick every time it pops up. Do we enhance? No, we don't. Do we mentor? Maybe we do. I think no matter what, I won't regret going middle path. Because I'm either going to follow it the rest of the way down, or I can just go bottom path and mix it with the middle instead of the top. Slipped on a peel? No. All monkeys have 5% more range, projectiles last 10% longer, and have shot spread reduced to 0. Hawkeye's common, that's pretty cool. Support monkeys have a 1 in 20 chance to crit for 250 damage. I love how it shows a tack shooter there. Classic support monkey. Anyway, let's go all monkeys have more range and longer projectile. Shot spread reduced to 0. Actually, I'm not sure I want that. Let's go for this. Not sure I want that because I'm not sure how it interacts with druids. You know, because their default shot is like a shotgun. You know? If that's reset to 0, then it's just one really strong shot. I'm not sure I'd be keen on that. That. This. Let's go. But yeah, I think once we get to Lunarius and potentially defeat Lunarius, I think we will go and look at the shop. I could have just run through it without, you know, buying anything and looking over everything, but that's boring. We need currency. We need tier lists of what is the best. And I will not be giving one unless people ask. If people ask for it, then I'll be like, yeah, sure, I can do that. Nope. And that's kind of cool. I like that. Throw that in the books. This was my strategy before druids, so I've kind of got a soft spot for it. Strategy before druids was Buccaneer, where essentially you just get a shitload of these guys, and the relic that allows it to have triple the ability. Sure, we'll do that. Have triple the abilities just on one tower, like you could stack up to 3 times. That's just broken in the best way possible. Of it makes the balloons explode. And to be honest, Plus with the Druid relic that I mentioned earlier kind of slowly becomes an Avatar of Wrath anyway, with the amount of damage it can pump out. There we go. One more. But will not be able to afford it before this game's done. Next! Alright, what is this mini-game and do I care? If it's a race, I don't care. It's a fucking race. Nope. Sorry. Don't care about races. Also, interesting, there's no more resting points between here and the boss fight. Balloons start fast and end slow. I've also found out that there is a strategy to essentially just skip a bunch of waves and then heal up in order to speedrun. So we're gonna try that. Okay. If I see a map I don't like, it's fucking gone. Speedrun. So apparently when you heal for 2. I didn't know that because I never chose the healing option. Master of all rare trades. Of all trades rare. Support monkeys counters all categories. Support monkeys range reduced by 15%. Non-support monkeys deal 50% less damage, and their upgrades cost 50% more. No. That's probably really good, but no. Ice monkeys stun non-Moab balloons and burn. Nope. When support monkeys are sold, yep, sure. It's the best out of a bunch of trash. Oh, secret encounter. Surprise camo encounter, you say? That is not good. We don't like surprise camo encounters. At least I don't. But luckily, I believe we have a relic for that. Where is it? Essence of Phase. All monkeys can see camo, and tier 5 monkeys and level 20 heroes deal triple damage. Damage? Yep, triple damage. Camo. Pretty dang nifty. Do say so myself. And I do. Because I do say so myself. So myself. Right, what are the rules? Is everything camouflaged? Everything's camouflaged. Okay, cool. And slightly increased health, and load speed. Okay. That's enough. I just want to breeze through this to see what good legendary relic I get. Are they called relics or are they artifacts? Permanent artifacts. Okay, so it's an artifact. Where am I getting relic from? Why am I constantly thinking and saying relic? That's weird. Well, that one whole day of it.
Jungle's very also, this may be a weird sign of me, but to be honest, I'm not sure how many of you I've actually made far into this video, so let's test that, shall we? If this is weird, let me know in the comments. You guys ever notice your nose hair? Like, I typically don't, but for some reason at the moment, I am very much aware of it. I think it's too long. I think at the moment, it is long enough to bridge a gap between the opposite sides of the inside of my nose, which I am not okay with. Luckily, my electric shaver has a nose trimmer attachment. Tried it before, it works rather well. It doesn't pull, which is the main thing. You guys ever notice that shit? Oh! Fuck yes! I hate paying for things, but if you give me them for free, I'll pay them. I think I did actually test this out in the tutorial thing for it, but something about it can only use this ability like 3 times, and then it's like, haha, I'm not a tower anymore. There you go, I've got a cat. It does fuck all damage, but if we press this button, oh boy, does that change slightly. I guess it does. I guess it changed quite a bit, actually. Well, it doesn't actually do that much damage, but it has a good amount of knockback. And apparently glues balloons. I don't know why it does that. Must be pissing off. That much. Why else would it be shooting blue? Anyway, the Battle Cat to the rescue, legendary artifact, give it. What do we get? Ooh, buddy. Hello. Oh. What's with these support monkey buffs? What the fuck am I buffing? Engineer? Spactory? I don't have them. Trash? I guess it's this one. I think I already have something like that. Maybe I don't. Okay, this is a nice map. We'll play this map. Do I have something like that? No, I don't. Oh, okay. Well, that actually fits in rather nicely then. Sweet. I think we are completing the full... Whoops, forgot to place this guy. I think we're completing the full set of druids. Now that we've got that guy. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we are going to struggle a little bit in the starting round now, simply because druids haven't had a whole lot of time to build up their extra damage. I have always wondered that. Does it work per round, or does it work per round that you play? You know? Like, is the counter set at 0 on round 14 if you start on round 14? Or is the counter set to 0 on round 1, but since you start on round 14, you actually get quite a significant boost? I want the free one, please. I want the free one, and I want it to be free. No more trapped in ice. Be free, my friend. Be free. Now I put you back there. To be bombarded forever. Oh. My friend at work today was talking about Isaac Newton. Actually, fuck yes, we may as well. My boss was talking about Isaac Newton the other day at work. He mentioned it in a meeting. I don't know how it got brought up, but essentially, he brought up Isaac Newton and the fucking, gravity, apple falling on his head shit. But like, everybody else in the meeting was like, oh, I got no clue what you're talking about. And he was like, yeah? I think Newton, the guy that theorized gravity? No? Okay. And he just kind of shut up about it. And then one of my other friends just sort of like looks at it and is like, yeah, how does no one know about Isaac Newton? He like invented real world lore. That's like the key real world lore right there, and they're missing out on it. It's like, plot device, you know? How do you fucking miss that? Theory, pretty heavily backed. Real world lore. You should familiarize yourself. You'll learn from it. Actually, no. I hate the experience that came out. This cave monkey was actually born free. He needs to realize the torment that his ancestors have gone through. This one was set free. Deserves to bonk some balloons. And as for the other one, bought at an auction. So I have already been through the whole being sold. Anyway, whatever. Another map down. Okay, let's speed this along, shall we? Let's grab this. Whatever it is. Oh, legendary. Hello, hello. Some of these are new. Crow's Nest Buccaneers range reduced by 0%. Nice. But grant camera detection to monkeys in radius adds a 002 Buccaneer to your party. I don't need that because of the phase artifact. But it looks like this would ordinarily reduce the range of the Buccaneers. But because it's legendary, it no longer does, which is cool. Hero end of round XP increased by 80%. Hero attack speed increased by 10%. That's just fucking great. What's this? Pat Fusty and support monkeys have a rare chance to send out a duck to play with the balloons. Duck has 500 pierce and deals 500 damage. Right. I love that, and I would want to choose it. However, I have not got Pat Fusty, nor do I have any support. So, just a straight up buff to open sounds amazing. Yes, please. Leveling them up even faster. What map's this? It's not a hard map, but I still want to skip it. I need it easy. Right, here we fucking go. They've added so much shit. What is this? Is this just what I think it is? Get 240 Rogue XP from the merchant. Adds to your Rogue XP when you end this campaign. Okay, so it's just 240 XP is just 2? No, that's... I can purchase 2 of them. Get 120 monkey money. See, that's nice. These are for like players that know they've got a good team. And so they're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just get some monkey money. That's cool, don't care though. That's cool, don't care though. That's cool, already have one. That's interesting. Huh. That's interesting, but don't care. I mean, that's just nice. For heroes and monkeys up to tier 2, projectile speed is reduced by 95%, but quantum tech sends most projectiles to their target instantly. Results may vary. What the fuck? Okay, I think I'm gonna get that. I think I'm already falling for the new trade. But, oh, and you can make multiple trades. That's nice. Anyway, I'm done with that. Why is everything quiet? Okay, okay, cool. Okay, we just had a lapse in music there. That's fine. Right. Let's do this. Final boss on whatever map this is. Tree, trunk, stump, stumpy trees. Stumpy trees. It's my favorite map. Stumpy trees. Right, let's try and risk something here. I want to attempt to get that tier 5 fairly quickly. I'm kind of not keen on spending much to try and just get to the point where I can place that fucking immediately. Is that a terrible idea? Maybe. Yep, it is. Cool. Right, let's play the game properly. Okay, do that. We do you up here, because you're in range. And then we actually chuck down... I guess we're gonna play some defense. Not the end of the world. In fact, probably quite the opposite. Not Jungle Valley is tempting. You know, I get the feeling we'll be alright. I suppose I can also place this. Same shit, really. And first skull. Oh, or not. Make me a liar. There we go. Get that up and running. Just deal with ceramics. See, this is the best part about bursting Plunaries with this strategy. Your damage will slowly increase over time. And if you just release the ceramics, which you just did, then we'll be fine. Because, I mean, look at that. The ceramics aren't even getting as smart as they did first. And it's then more, right? This, that. I think no matter what happens, I'm gonna end the run after this fight. Throw in the old power so we can see what this XP nonsense is all about. It is a little bit sad. You know, this run has been pretty good. I still have yet to see opening quite the same. But I think it's worth it. Just checking out what's going on with this new XP system. Come on, Poplar. That works. Yeah, these four fucking ones, no idea. Oh boy. Here it comes. Yeah, I mean, it's almost ready to attack. Just a chance. Turn the corner and bang. Goodbye, Plunaria. Lucky me. Good night, sweet prince. Alright, what do we get? Give me the choices. Essence of Planarius, all monkeys tier 3 all and lower.
deal 1.5 times damage to balloons and mild class balloons, and have 100% more pierce. Monkeys tier 4 and above attack 16% slower. Oh, that's actually got a downside now? That's kind of boring and shitty, but okay. Can I sacrifice it? Nah, of course I've already brought it home. You know what? Yeah. I want that. Give me that. Alright, stage 2 complete. Beautiful. Right. Let's do the thing. Oh, good timing. Nobody likes to dread balloon. Right, let's heal. And then delete. Failed. 497 XP earned. Let's see what is good in the shop. Okay, here we go. Starting lives. Get 10% of base starting lives added to your total starting lives. Nice. Boost reroll cost reduced by 1% of base reroll cost. That is a mouthful. Boost monkeys prices are reduced by 0.5% of the base cost. That's insane. Oh, boost monkey. Oh, never mind. Not boost monkey. If you don't know, boost monkeys are the ones you pick up during the game, not the ones you start off with. That is your party. Reduce the cost of tier 3 or below monkey upgrades by 0.5% of base cost. That is important and good. Tier 4 and tier 5 monkey upgrades have been reduced by 0.5 of base cost. That is also insanely good. No wonder it costs 100. Hero XP. Increase hero XP gain by 1%. Starting cash. Gain or get plus 2.5% of base starting cash added to total starting cash. That's also insane. Increase the chance of rare artifacts at the merchant by 10%. That's cool. Same with legendary. That's the one thing I can't afford right now. I need 3 more. Well, actually, no, hold up. I just saw the later on upgrades, and that seems dope. Extra starting tokens. Get extra tokens to your start of the next campaign. That's sweet. Minigame goals are reduced by 1%. Mini boss goals reduced by 1%. Reduce the final boss health by 1%. Damn. Increase maximum party size by 1 up to a max of 5. Increase the number of free recruit rerolls by 1. That's okay, I guess. Increase starting artifact power by 3. That's insane. Holy crap. Increase the number of legendary tiles per stage by 1. And then you can just buy certain monkey knowledge upgrades, it seems. Wing monkey, advanced flight pathing, coordinates multiple monkey aces on staggered attack runs. You got the double crossbow masters. You got the returning boomerangs. Dartling gunner unlock button. Plasma beams when they cross. That's actually nice. And door gunner. Wow. I love the shit out of this. Like, holy crap. It starts off with some pretty helpful but minor boosts, you know, just like little things like an extra 1% hero XP here and there. And then it really starts kicking things up a notch to like drastically change the gameplay of Rogue Legends, you know? Encountering legendary artifacts more by 10%, extra starting tokens, minigame goals being reduced, because these, especially the race one, the entire reason I don't do the fucking race one is because I panic trying to meet the race timer at the gold standard, and I overwhelm and kill my own defense. Final boss health, if you're struggling with those, you can grind a little bit to get that bumped up. Max party size, I've never personally had an issue with it, but if you have, you can get 5 more. Recruit rerolls, starting artifact power is insane. Because if you didn't know, artifact power is essentially what allows you to bring artifacts into a new run. You start off with 9, and you can increase to another 9. Which essentially means, like, I usually start my runs off with, where is it? Oh, did I not? Oh, I probably should have sacrificed that, huh? Either way, I usually would start off my runs
with Phase here, and then hope to find the Druid one that I mentioned before. But if I got that XP shop upgrade maxed out, I could bring Phase and the Druid one at gold level together, which is insane for starting combos. Legendary tiles are dope. Oh, I love this. This is amazing. Right, so apparently I have... Okay, yeah, wow, that's not a really highlighted purchase button, honestly. Like, I guess the lettering is, but usually the outside green is looking more like these greens, you know? Anyway, what do I want? What can I afford? I don't care for this one. Starting cash? Starting cash is pretty dope. I might go for starting cash, but that's a little expensive. That's another good question. If I buy this, does it increase in price? It does! I kind of was hoping that it would. Like, I know it's weird. I should hope that it stays at 200, but I don't know. It just adds to the longevity of the game. I also wouldn't mind reducing the cost of tower upgrades, even by minute amounts. It is a noticeable difference. I don't care about starting lives. Let's be honest, if I'm gonna lose one, I'm probably gonna lose them all. Hero XP gained, increased by 1%, so every time the hero gains XP, it'll be 1% more each time. Also known as, if the hero gains XP 100 times, it'll have gained 100% more XP than gaining XP a single time. That, I worded that weirdly. If it gains XP 100 times, it'll have actually gained XP 101 times, is what I'm getting at. Which is actually kind of ass, because, you know, on its own, that's pretty crap. Because there's not exactly 100 rounds to go through in a single match. But it might mean the difference between, you know, reaching level 8 as a hero or staying on level 7 and having to pay like 25 money to fucking upgrade it yourself. Anyway, I'm getting way too specific and technical here. Let's just, do I value 4 and 5s more? I think I do value 4 and 5s more. Let's do that. 1% cheaper! So, let's math this out. If an upgrade like Spiked Mines, or not Spiked Mines, like Super Mines now costs like 100,000, now it'll only cost 99,000. Look at that, 1% at work. We love that. But seriously though, these two are gonna be insane for saving you money throughout the entirety of every future run you do. Would highly recommend. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna be working on. Same with starting cash. It's all about how you can actually play the game. And if your strategy is good for picking your towers and teams and relics, you should be focusing on the actual gameplay of the matches. Anyway, that's been really fucking cool. Right, what are these curses? Here we are. So chimps, if you enable chimps, it says endless campaign, no artifact extraction after stage 5, start with 2 hearts, smaller party, less starting cash, and enable curses to earn more rogue XP. So here we are, curses. If you don't know, similar to Hades, if any of you have played that, or Hades 2, you can add negative debuffs, essentially, to your game to give yourself bigger and better rewards, or in Hades and Hades 2 terms, you can add massive amounts of negative consequences to your run to make the game unplayable, but if you can complete it, insane amounts of clout are going your way. Anyway, so if we add these curses, we gain extra percentage of rogue XP coming our way. So placement cooldowns are 2 rounds longer. I'd fucking hate that. Merchant prices doubled. Wouldn't give a shit about that. Perfectionist. No bronze goal in minigame and mini-boss challenge. Wouldn't give a shit about that. Monkeys cannot be solved. For the most part, I don't give a shit about that. That's usually for if I'm doing a really long run in something that is difficult, but not chimps, obviously. Beginner maps do not appear. Nope. Upgrades cost 15% more. Nope. Starting artifacts disabled. That's not terrible. It's a little awkward, but it's not terrible. What's this? Balloons and Moabs move 20% faster. That's not a deal breaker. In-game lives reduced to 1. Well, to be fair, we're already at 2, right? That's what that thing said, yeah? Start with 2. Oh no, it means hearts like overall hearts. In-game lives reduced to 1. I still think that's not terrible. You gotta focus on that round 24 a little bit more, but... Or rather, the first camo balloon, I guess. Whenever that shows up. Boosts are not offered in-game. Ooh. Nothing can be re-rolled. I kinda like the sound of that. Monkeys don't generate extra cash. When do I ever get banana farms anyway? Minigame and mini-boss goals are 20% higher. Hero cannot be placed. Maximum heart set to 1. Small party reduced to 5 or by 5. All reward selections have 2 fewer choices. I like that one. Makes things simple. You just gotta pick the one thing it gives you. Limits artifacts to 10. I don't think I usually have more than 10 useful ones anyway. No XP shop benefits. Oof. Well, at the moment I don't have any. Well, I do, but not amazing ones. Okay. I think I could genuinely complete a run with this. Well, maybe not complete a run, but get far enough to actually benefit from 130% extra XP shop points. Anyway, I'm not going to start a run right now, but I think we may have been derailed a few times. I think that thoroughly points out most of the update notes. We didn't do the fucking Spactory Paragon. Okay, hold up, I gotta. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the map? Where's the map for it? Where is the map? There it is. Let's go sandbox. I'm not a psychopath that is just ready to start up a long ass game and farm like a madman. Right. Spactory Paragon, you say. Now, I did already get the upgrade unlocked. Apparently it's not available to me for whatever reason. That's cool. Are we not allowed paragons in this? Do I need to, like, send something? What? I have it available. I don't understand. Can you not get paragons in sandbox mode? Okay, hold up. Hold up. Let me just... Money making test? Edit the challenge. Wait, no, that's exactly what I want. Yeah, let's do it. Right? Yeah. Good. A previous me must have thought of this. Here we go. So if we have... And... Alright, 960,000 for Mega Massive Munitions Factory. Holy mouthfuls, Batman. Let's max it out. 56. Look at that beast of a tower. It's already been gifted with God's grace. I don't know what that symbol means. But we can already see that there are... Okay, so already it's laid out spikes like it is the spirit of the forest. It's laying out spiked mines like nobody's business. spiked mines persist over multiple rounds, like permaspike, does it have a... Okay, it's got... Its first ability just seems to speed up its placement and has fuck all cooldown apparently. Actually, it seems like you're limited to 2 uses per round? No, 1 use per round. 1 use per round, you can speed up the placement of these spiky boys. Once it swaps to 46. There we go, you can place it again. Seems like after either a set amount of spikes are placed, previous ones blow up, or maybe after a certain amount of rounds. That would make more sense. End of round, is there a massive explosion? Yeah, okay, good. End of, I think it was like 5 rounds, maybe? And, everything just sort of explodes. What does this do? Oh! Puts a bunch of unfriendly, smaller spike mines around. It also swaps the position of these 2 abilities, which is intriguing. Oh! It just detonated them all and left even smaller spike mines. Or, I'm assuming they're mines. They kind of just look like the wonderful permanent. Damn. Okay, well, you know, don't have time to go to round 300 with this, but holy shit. I don't think I've seen a balloon since that first initial mower. That should tell you just about everything you need to know. Anyway. If you want to see more gameplay of me going for this in a legitimate game and seeing how well it actually stacks up against, you know, going into the higher rounds, let me know. I will happily provide that information. Anyway. Oh, there you go. We saw a mower briefly there. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this update video. Let me triple check that we actually got everything. That's important, and we chose that. We looked at spar pits, we ignored that because it's terrible. We looked at this, and we somewhat looked at some of those things some of the time. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been update 48. I'm loving this. I'm mainly focused on the legend stuff, but I'm loving this. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.